All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live right here in the beautiful Buckhead community of Atlanta. This is the Wednesday, W-I-N-S day. This is the Wednesday that the Lord has made. Let's rejoice and be glad in it. If you're coming on, I want you to hit that like button, hit that share button, tag Lolly Dolly, everybody, Lolly Dolly, everybody. I hear myself. We're live. And guess what? We're going to be lurking in those comments, especially if you have any questions you want to ask your boy today. So please, if you're coming on live, today is Wednesday, W-I-N-S day, and we're super excited about what we're going to share with you on the show. If you are a part of our business community, a student on the Millionaire Blueprint, you may be a mentee in our Millionaire Mentorship program. You may be a trainee in our certification program. Maybe you're a part of our incubator or our licensing program. I want to say thank you so much for being a part of our community and for trusting my team and I to help you, to serve you. So please be sure to put in the comments what city you're watching me from. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube page, please be sure to subscribe to my YouTube page. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook. All of these platforms, you can find me at Ramon Preston, So welcome to the Ramon Preston Show today. I'm your host, Ramon Preston. And every Monday through Friday, 12 o'clock noon Eastern Standard Time, I have the privilege and the honor to show up here on this show live and to share information with you that I know can help you properly start, structure, and scale your businesses, your ministries, if you have ministries, your income streams, and your wealth building dreams. So if you're on a journey to really see success in your business, in your organization, if you're on a journey to see financial success and you just need the strategies, the solutions, the tools, the resources, the information, the support, this is what this show is about. This show is about helping you understand that the information and resources and support, solutions and strategies, they're available to you, and you don't have to burn yourself out trying to Google your way to the top or, trial and error your way to the top. No, you can actually skip those trials and errors. You can skip all of that brain-wrecking activity, and you could get right to the things that are needed to help you get there. It's very important for you to know and for me to remind you, as I do every day on this show, that the information I share with you on this show, of course, it is free because I want to bring value to my community, to those of you that watch our show, but it's a reflection of my life and it's a representation of our organizational enterprise as a whole. So we have a consulting division that we provide business and financial consulting to companies, to ministries, to organizations, to groups of people who really need support and solutions with the nuts and bolts of their business infrastructures, whether it's with their systems and processes, whether it's with their staffing, whether it's with their product development. We provide those types of solutions in our consulting division. We have a coaching division for business and financial coaching. So we coach a lot of individuals who are starting businesses. We coach individuals who work on jobs, but they just want to maximize their income and really scale their lives financially. We coach pastors, ministers, everybody in between, especially those who want to build successful business systems. And our coaching is packaged in the form of a one-year Millionaire Mentorship program where we provide one-on-one coaching sessions, we provide weekly coaching calls, we provide regular workshops on sales, marketing, operations, business systems, financial systems. We provide for all of our millionaire mentorship coaching clients concierge, people who they can reach out and touch and talk with through email, through text, through phone. We also offer headquarter days to our mentees where you can literally schedule a day to come spend with me, because I want my clients and my mentees to be able to come to a real facility, see a real $1 million operation, and to know that it is actually something that they can do as long as they're willing to do the work. We also have a training program. Our training program is based on Ramon Preston University. It's an online training institution that we have created, and it is made up of ministry training programs and also business and financial training programs. Ramon Preston University is actually the home of our world-class Millionaire Blueprint. The Millionaire Blueprint is our business and financial wealth building system. So I just want you to know you're listening to someone and watching someone who knows what they're talking about and who has put the work in, thousands and thousands and thousands of hours of research, of trial and error, of development, of training, of educating myself, and really putting these principles to work so that I can give you the things that I know can help you get to 6 figures and beyond. So today, ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk to you about the 3 keys, or the 3 power keys. These are really power keys to taking action, okay? That's what we want to talk about today. The 3 power keys to taking action. And excuse my board, I got all these numbers and graphs on my board because I've been doing a lot of videoing. We have a lot of new programs that we're introducing, and those programs require a lot of work from me. But today I want to talk to you about the 3 power keys to taking action. Okay, 3 power keys to taking action. So if you are in the business, if you're in the business to taking action, that's what we want to talk about today. If you're in the business to taking action, because there are a lot of people who are making excuses. There are a lot of people who are talking about what they want to do, what they finna do, what they hope to do, what they praying that they want God to do. There are a lot of people who are strategizing and who are planning and they're doing all these things, but what they're not doing is taking action. And so I want to show you 3 power keys that you can use to take action. Okay? Take action. If you're ready and you're willing to take action, I want you to do me a favor. Even if it's not for you, do it for somebody who's watching in the other room. I want you to put in the comments, I'm ready to take action. I want you to type that in the comments. I'm ready to take action. So I want you to hold yourself accountable to our community. So when other people watch these videos, when other people come back to visit these videos, they're going to see your name. They're going to see your avatar or your picture or whatever you got up. They're going to see you, and what they're going to see is your words, I'm ready to take action. If you're not ready to take action, then just keep it 100 with yourself and keep it 100 with me. But if you're ready to take action and you know you want your actions to be power actions, you really want to crush it in your personal life. You want to crush it in your financial life. You want to crush it in your business. Maybe you're a preacher like me, you're a minister and you're a business owner. I operate in both capacities. I'm a preacher, I'm a minister, I have a nonprofit organization, I'm a CEO, I'm a business owner and boss. I got a for-profit organization, and I have to run those every day. And guess what? I know in order for me to run those successfully, in order for me to make the impact into the lives of the people that I want to make an impact in, I've got to make and take power moves on a day-to-day basis. So I want you to put in the comments, I'm ready to take action. And so today I'm going to share with you 3 power keys. That's the word, power keys. Because if you're utilizing keys, if you are learning principles and you're not putting those principles to work and you ain't seeing no progress, you ain't seeing no change, maybe you're not connected to the power. Imagine if you were watching me right now, like you are, but imagine if someone ran in the room and they unplugged all of the devices that are on right now from the power source. Guess what will happen? You will no longer see me because the camera won't work, the computers won't work, the lights won't work, the equipment won't work, because in order for them to work, they have to be plugged into the what? They have to be plugged into the power. And so if you are making or wanting to take action, you've got to make sure that the actions you're taking are connected to keys that have power. In other words, you have to be principled. That's a real word. You have to be principled. Like when you watch certain people and you see the actions that they're taking, what you may find out about those people are things that relate to principles they live by. And so today we're going to talk about the 3 power keys to taking action. All right, if you're ready, you should be taking good notes today, and I'm going to give you the first key to taking action. The first power key is your commitments. Okay, your commitments. I want you to write this down. This is the first power key to taking action. So if you really want to take action in 2022 and beyond, if you really want to take action in your business, it doesn't matter about all this other stuff people are talking about. We want to take action. There are a lot of people who are contemplating, they're analyzing, they're processing it, they're strategizing. We gonna take action. While they thinking about it, we're gonna be about it. And we're gonna let our actions speak for us and produce the results for us. So your first power key to taking action is your commitments. Now notice what I wrote. I wrote commitments, plural, because your life is not one-dimensional. Your business is not one-dimensional. Your dreams are not one-dimensional. Your ideas are not one-dimensional. Your products and services, your ministry, your nonprofit endeavors, your aspirations, there's nothing about you that's one-dimensional. So guess what? You're not going to just have one commitment. In order for you to take action, you have to have the first power key of your commitments. Your commitments this is a power key for you. This is what's going to empower you. One of the reasons why I am so excited, I am so energetic, I am so passionate, I'm so driven, and I'm just always figuring out new ways to move forward. You know why? Because of my commitments. This is a power key for me. I always keep commitments. Now, I want to talk a little bit about this so that you can understand how powerful your commitments are. Okay? First of all, your commitments are not past tense. Okay? Your commitments are not past tense. I want to cover this first. Your commitments are not past tense. So anything that you are being driven by today, if they are associated to past tense commitments that you made yesterday, commitments that you made last week, commitments that you made 5 years ago. Oh, I told my mama I'm gonna do this. I told my daddy I'm gonna do this. I told my great grandma I'm gonna do this. Well, they're only gonna last so long mentally. They're only gonna last so long psychologically. They're only gonna last so long physically. At some point, you're gonna start forgetting about those past tense commitments. So when I talk about your commitments as power keys, they're not past tense. Most of your commitments are not present tense. Okay? So there's a percentage of your commitments that are present tense. That means I'm making a commitment today for what I need to do today. I might be making a commitment today for what I'm going to do this week. Maybe I might be making a commitment for what I'm gonna do this month. But most of the commitments that we make they definitely shouldn't be past tense. Very few of them will be present tense. You know why? Because it's only so much you can do today. It's only so much you can do today. So let's say if you have all these commitments you want to make, right? All these things you want to accomplish, and you try to pack them into one day. You know what happens? You get overwhelmed, and by midday, you give up because you start getting beat down, you start breaking down, you start getting burnt out, you start getting overwhelmed, and you're going to just start checking out. So a small percentage of your commitments will be present tense. But here is the power key to your commitments. When your commitments can be future tense, this is how your commitments become powerful. This is how your commitments become powerful. I'm telling you, this is one of my personal secrets. Because yes, I made commitments in the past. I live by certain past commitments, and I'm not even going to say I live by them. I think about certain past commitments. You know, my parents, they died. My mom died 16 years ago this month. My dad died 12 years ago, July, or June rather. So 16 years ago and 12 years ago, both of my parents died. I'm just showing you something. I made commitments to both of my parents just on the basis of letting them know that I'm going to carry the legacy and I'm going to make y'all proud even if you don't live to see it. But I'm going to be the one, even if nobody else wants to assume the responsibility with respect to my siblings. I let them know, I don't know what the other one's telling you they're going to do, but here's what I'm going to commit to do. I'm going to be the one to carry the legacy and carry the name, and whoever else contributes and participates in it is just more the merrier. But I know what my commitments are. But here's what I'm telling you. I gave that to my mama over 16 years ago. I gave that to my daddy over 12 years ago. It doesn't carry the same weight today as it did 16 years ago when my mama died. It doesn't carry the same weight today as it did 12 years ago when my daddy died. So I can't base my life on my past commitments. I want you to understand the power behind this key, okay? But now my present tense commitments, there's only so many things I can do today. There's only so many things I could get accomplished today. Me and my personal assistant, we just had a conversation earlier before the show, and we were talking about a few things, and I was basically telling her today that there's only so much I'm gonna be able to do in this particular capacity. So in order for us to get more done, we've got to pivot, we've got to shift it. In other words, we've got to change our commitments. So your present tense commitments carry a little weight, but here's where the weight is. Your future commitments, your future commitments. See, I learned this even more from one of my mentors, because one of my mentors always talks about how we as entrepreneurs and leaders and go-getters and breadwinners for our family, how we have to, this is where we are today, right? This is you today. So one of the most powerful keys you can use to take actions with your commitments is to go into the future. Make a commitment, a big commitment here. Then when you come back to today, this is going to fuel you because you can now pull the future to you. Do you see what I'm saying? You can pull the future to you. And then you can start filling in all the blank spots along the way because you have a target that you want to hit. This is one of the most powerful keys to take action that you can commit to. This is one of the reasons why I'm always pushing for people to join our one-year programs. That's one of the reasons why I have programs that are at least a year. Our online business and financial training program is 1 year. Our Millionaire Mentorship program is 1 year. Our certification and our incubator is at least 1 year. You know why? Because I want you today to go into the future, and I want you to commit, lock it in, Now you're going to be held accountable. Now you're going to feel the pressure. Now you're going to have to pull this year into today, and you're going to have to work your way up to it because you have a solid, powerful commitment. Does that make sense? That's powerful, y'all. That's powerful. So remember that your commitments are not past tense and not just present tense. Your commitments need to be future tense. So when you look at your calendar, when you look at your schedule, let's say if you looked at your calendar for the rest of this year, how many commitments do you have for December? How many commitments do you have for November? How many commitments do you have for 2023? You need to start building commitments. You need to start building commitments in the future. And one of the biggest commitments, here's my next point. One of your biggest commitments is to the who, the what, and the where. So these are like 3 levels of commitment, right? You got the who, you got the what, and you got the where. Now, if you're just coming on to this live, I want you to go back and watch the last few moments of this lesson that I'm giving, because the 3 power keys to taking action begins with your commitments, and your commitments can't be past tense. You can't just be living your life today based on commitments you made yesterday. But all of your commitments are not going to be present tense, because you can only do so much today. Most of your commitments need to be future tense, because you want to make as many commitments as you can to the future, to pull the future to you, to use that as powerful fuel to keep you driven and to keep you going. But now, what type of commitments are you going to be making? Well, one of the first commitments that you need to be making, if it's even in your future, is a commitment to the who. So you got to look at who are you making commitments to. One of the first who commitments you need to make is to the next best version of yourself. So this is the current you, right? Let's say if this is the current you and this is the future you. Well, guess what? You got to make commitments to this person. You got to make commitments to this person. You can't just make all your commitments to the current you. Well, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. I want to make a commitment to who I can become. I want to make a commitment to my future version of me. I want to make a commitment to my potential. I don't want to just stay stuck committing to the version of who I am. I want to become a better version of myself. I want to be a better leader. I want to be a better husband, a better father, a better grandfather, a better CEO, a better leader, a better preacher, a better presenter, a better salesperson, a better marketer, a better boss. I want to be a better version of me, but I got to make a commitment to my future self, because then that's going to determine how much information, how much education, how much training, how much work and discipline do I need to put in to get to my future me. All right. Also, your who commitments are going to have a lot to do with to determine who are the other people you're committing to. Are you committing certain things or making certain commitments with people who really don't have a place in your future? Like, all of my commitments need to be with people who are going to match where I'm going. Because if you're making commitments to people and they ain't even where you at, you're never going to get to the next version of yourself, because they're going to keep pulling you back. They're not going to push you forward. So you also need to make commitments to the what. So to the what means you need to have certain objects that you can commit to, like in your business, in your finances. What is the dollar amount you want to commit to in the future? You need to have a number. You need to have the what. You need to have something that feels like it's tangible. Like your what needs to be like these glasses. Your what needs to be sitting over here, and you need to be able to look at them and see them and say, you know what? I want them, and I'm going to get them. And I don't care what it's going to take for me to get them, but I'm willing to do what I need to do in between of where I am now to get to where I want to be, to get this. That's the what. So you need to have a what. Most of the time, your what needs to be connected to and associated with dollars, money, because that's what's going to really resonate and trigger your mind. And you can listen to people that say, oh, it ain't about money. We ain't chasing money. Okay, that sounds good. But I guarantee money is in the equation. I guarantee money is somewhere in the conversation. So no, you don't have to be about money to use money as an object to keep your mind focused. But you need to have something to keep your mind focused. This is the commitment to the what. But then you need a commitment to the where. Where do you want to go? Where do you want to be? And where is not just a geographic location like, oh, I want to go to Paris or I want to go to St. Bart's. No, I'm talking about I want to go to a life, a quality of life, or I want to live in a place or a space that reflects blessings and abundance and overflow. Well, that needs to be aware. That needs to be a destination. You need to commit to a destination. All right? All right, so let's get to the second key. The second power key to taking actions is, number 2, your calculations. So number 1, your commitment is a power key to taking actions. Not your past commitments, not your present commitments, but your future commitments carry the most weight, all right? And you have to make sure you have commitments to the who, to the what, and to the where. The second power key to taking actions is your calculations. So that means now that you have these mental, these psychological, and these emotional adrenaline rushes that's moving you and got you excited and emotionally charged, and you like, oh my God, I'm getting ready to go for it. The next thing you need to do is the math. That's the next thing you need to do is the math. People who I listen to who are always running their mouth about all these things that they're going to do, but they don't have math to support what they saying they're going to do, they ain't going to do nothing. I know they ain't, because they ain't got no math behind it. They have not done the math. You got to be able to do the math. So your calculations are going to reflect your goals. So you got to have some goals. You got to have some math. You got to do the math on your goals. So for example, if you have certain financial goals, certain goals for your business that are dollars, okay, you need to know what that number is. So personally, how much money do you want to make, let's say, for the rest of this year? Is it 100 grand? Well, you need to have that calculation. I need 100 grand. How much money do you want your business to make this year? Is it 250,000? Well, if it is, you need to have that dollar amount, and you need to do the calculations. That means you need to take the 100 grand and you need to divide it into the amount of months that's left to see how much money do you need a month. Then you need to divide it into the weeks. Then you need to divide it into the days so that you can start quantifying your calculations. Because if you just telling me, oh, I'm planning on doing this, my goal is to do that, and I'm working on strategizing to get this done, but you ain't got no doggone numbers to it, I know you ain't going nowhere, because you can't move off energy and adrenaline and emotional, psychological strength alone. You need quantifiable numbers. Show me the money, dog. Show me the numbers. Because people lie, women lie, men lie, but numbers ain't gonna lie unless they already lying. But for the most part, your numbers, your calculations are what's going to be used to help you quantify your goals, and your calculations are also going to help you quantify your targets. Now, how are your goals different than your targets? Because your goals may be these things that you want to accomplish short term, the next few months, for the rest of this year. You quantify them, you get the numbers, but now your targets are going to help you see what are all the small, intricate steps do I need to take in order to reach my goal. So now your targets, you got to look at your financial wants. This is how much money I want in that timeline to get there. This is how much money I need in that timeline to get there. This is how many products and services I'm going to have to sell in order to hit that dollar amount that I want and need. This is how many leads I'm going to have to get. This is how many contacts I'm going to have to make. This is how many appointments I'm going to have to set. This is how many deals I'm going to have to close. So now all of a sudden your targets can be calculated because you have a commitment to get to a certain place, to have a certain life, to be a certain person. But now you also have targets. You know exactly the dollar amount that you want. You know exactly the dollar amount you need. And you know how many products and services have to be sold to hit those targets. But you also know in order for you to sell those numbers, you got to have a certain amount of leads. You have to make a certain amount of contacts with people. You have to set a number of appointments depending on what your products and services are. And you got to close deals. But even if you have an online store, you got to get attention. You got to make contact. People got to go to your website. People got to either set an appointment or they have to make that moment an appointment to close and to purchase something. But at least you're able to quantify it because you have the calculations correctly. This is why your calculations is the second power key to taking action. Okay? Here's the last one. Your third power key to taking action is your collaborations. Your collaborations. I'm telling you, all of you entrepreneurs out here, all of you go-getters, all of you grinders, all y'all that's just got all these great ideas to just crush it in the marketplace, in the business world. I'm telling you, if you do not have collaborations, if you're not connecting with people and working with people, collaboration is what's going to help you scale yourself, your life, your business, and everything that you're doing. Your collaborations are power keys. Every time I talk to an entrepreneur and they have this mentality that, oh, I just talked to an entrepreneur and here's what the entrepreneur said. Well, I'm not, basically what they were saying to me was, I'm not ready to buy anything from you. Basically, even though I know what you have will work for me and help my business get further quicker, but I'm not ready for that because I still want to do it the way I want to do it. I'm like, okay, you'll probably be stuck in the same place the next time I talk with you. This is what I'm thinking to myself. I wanted to tell him that, but I got to be kind. But I'm thinking to myself, that's just stupid. It's absolutely ridiculous. It makes no common sense. It makes no common sense. And again, I haven't always had coaches and consultants like I do now, but I've always had a certain number of people in my life that were coaching me and consulting me. Like for as far back as I can think, with me and my wife doing what we've done for the last 18 years, we've always paid people to help us. We've paid consultants to help us, whether it was financial consultants, business consultants, coaches, mentors, even if it was people who were doing it like on an unofficial level, meaning that they were just people in ministry that were mentoring us and they may have not had a business because they were no longer in business, but we still paid them in the form of sowing seeds, being a blessing to them because we knew our collaboration with them was way more valuable than the money we were investing in ourselves by supporting what they were doing. So your collaborations are critical. And I keep telling all of y'all, when you are in the coaching business and the consulting business and the leadership business, when you're in the educational business, when you make a decision to be in that business, to be in that space, what you don't know or what you're just blind to is that people are searching your information. People are Googling you. People are going to your websites. People are looking at your videos, your posts, your reels, and they're seeing how often do you talk about other people who you're working with? Or how do you feel about other business owners? Do you even have someone, like people do it all the time, especially in ministry. I know a lot of people, they won't even be a part of a church or a ministry if that church and ministry doesn't have like a covering. So either that church or ministry has an apostle, a spiritual covering, or they may be a part of a denomination or a reformation or a network, because people want to know you are being held accountable too. People want to know that you have some collaboration going on. You're not just some internet guru or some fly-by-night, shade tree educator or leader or coach and consultant that's coming through trying to woo people with your charisma, but you don't have any substance in relationships. It is going to destroy a business if a business doesn't have it. I'm just telling you that because I'm one of those people. When I talk to people and they telling me they doing all this and they doing all that, and I'm like, so who are you connected with? Who are you under? Who's coaching you? Who's mentoring you? And what type of relationships do you have? Anybody can use a lame excuse. Oh, because you bought somebody's book, that's your mentor. Okay, yeah, whatever. If that's the lie you want to tell yourself, then live that lie. But it ain't gonna fly with people who are intelligent enough to do their homework and due diligence on you. So I'm just giving all you entrepreneurs a heads up. You got to be willing to collaborate. Now, here are some things I want to talk to you about with regard to your collaborations. Number one, collaborations are the new currency. Collaborations are the new currency, which means collaborations are equivalent to money. Do you understand that? Collaborations are equivalent to money. I'm going to say it again. Collaborations are equivalent to money. You do not need money. I just had a conversation with somebody and they're talking about doing some investments, and the first thing that they said was they don't have money, but I love what this young lady said. She's one of our mentees. She's in our mentorship program, and I love her so dearly because she listens to everything I say and she lives by it. And you could tell she's moving at a different frequency. But she was like, I don't have the money for this investment, but I know I could talk with you. I know I could get some information, and I got connections. In other words, because of my collaborations, I have money. And because of her collaboration with me, guess what? We were able to sit on a call for a few minutes and really put a strategy together that could actually work for the investment opportunity she's looking at. But that didn't come from her currency. That didn't come from her currency in terms of her having money to do the deal. She used her collaboration, and she understood that because she was in an environment, in an ecosystem of information and resources, that was her currency. You got to understand that, okay? Number two, your collaborations, they activate the power of proximity. They activate this. So when you're able to collaborate with the right people, you have power of proximity. Proximity. Do you know what proximity is? Proximity means, or is, that you are close to the right people who got power, who got access, who know how to get certain things done. This is the way the world works. This is the way the world works. Like even in the real estate world, there are a lot of people right now who are becoming extremely wealthy in real estate. And guess what? They don't have no money in the deal. But because they have collaborations, because they have proximity, they're using their collaborations and proximity as their new currency. But guess what? Most of them may have never had that opportunity if they didn't pay to be a part of a mastermind, if they didn't pay to go to a seminar or a boot camp, or to join a coaching program, or to pay to be around certain people. You got to get out of this stuff. I'm not going to say you are in it, but if you're listening to me and you're stingy, but you're trying to be rich, you tight, you always trying to overthink what you got to do with your money, but you want to have a lot of money. It's just not gonna, it doesn't happen that way. It doesn't happen that way. I'm so glad that a lot of the principles I learned about money came from God showing me how to be a good steward even in the church. I'm glad, because I learned a lot of principles that I still live by today, like the principle of paying my tithes. I always pay my tithe. My wife, she gonna pay them tithes no matter what. Any money we get, my wife's setting 10% aside to pay her tithes. She's gonna do it. I don't even have to do it. She gonna make sure it's done. But that principle keeps us grounded. My wife and I, guess what else we do? We live by the principle of giving and sowing seed. So what that means is every time we have an opportunity to be a blessing to somebody, to give, a lot of times my wife and I, we don't even I won't even say a lot of times. Most of the time, me and my wife don't even give people loans. Like, me and my wife we don't even like loaning money to people. That's not even how we operate. Now, again, it ain't like we gonna give everybody no money, but at the same time, most of the money that we let go of to people, it's not gonna be a loan. Most of the time, I could say most, not a lot, but most, almost all the time, we just gonna be a blessing to you. Here, God told us to do that. Here you go. Oh, I'll pay you back. You're good. You know why? Because we know that these principles are the principles that keep us taking action that produces results. Which brings me to my third and final point in collaborations. And this is what I call the P to P game. This is the P2P game. You know what P2P means? P2P is an acronym. It's a numerical acronym. It's an acronym, P2P game. You pay to play game. It's a pay to play game. Like all of you that watch people like me, follow people like me, even if it's not me, I hope it's me, but even if it's not me, you better start paying to play. You better get in that game. This is going to be the game to change your life. I'm telling you. I can't even, Lord have mercy. I can't even begin to tell you how better my life is because I'm willing to take money, invest it into other people or other businesses, whether it's because I want to be in a circle, I want to walk in a room, I want to have access to information. Just being willing like I am to do that on a regular basis, it always puts me in a position to not just take actions, but to see results. As a matter of fact, this weekend, one of my mentors is having an event, and I didn't sign up for it, and I don't even know why I didn't sign up for it. I guess I just didn't pay attention to the advertisements. I just been ripping and running for the last couple weeks, and I was a part of an event a few weeks ago that he hosted, and I took my time out that weekend to make sure I went through the whole event. And so just last night when I got the email and the headliner caught my attention, and I opened, and I'm like, oh shoot, I forgot, I didn't know what was going on. Now, here's what I'm showing you. This was an event that I had already paid for to go to. I had already been to one before. But when I saw it, immediately I clicked on register now. And when I opened it up and saw the price, I was like, you know what? I'm not even concerned about the price. And I don't allow myself to assume I'm gonna know everything that he's gonna talk about. So what did I do? I made the commitment. You see what I mean? I made the commitment because I wanted to pull that into my life today. And I said, you know what? I am going to be a part of this event, and I'm going to have to rearrange my schedule for 3 days to make sure that I can get this information, get this game, and make this impartation into my life to pull me further out into my future. And so for those of you that are watching me, if you have a small business, if you're in the process of starting your business, or if you have a business that's already started, it's up and running, but there may be some areas in your business that you are challenging, you are challenged in. It could be your sales. You're not really seeing the sales you want to see, which we all have those challenges, right? But maybe you don't have an infrastructure built. That means you might not have a CRM, you might not have a sales system, you might not have a sales process, you might not have your script situated. Maybe you have some issues with marketing. You don't quite know what direction to go with your marketing. Maybe you're working on that, but you're not good with managing your financial systems like QuickBooks and tracking your income and expenses. Maybe you've ran into some tax issues in the past because you wasn't quite good enough to manage it. Maybe you have some operational issues, like you're just all over the place. It seems like your schedule is scattered. You're always overwhelmed and bombarded. Well, these are all things that can be fixed. Anything that you're working with that's challenging you with your infrastructure, with your systems, with your processes, even with yourself, we have programs, we have information, we have training to help you flesh those things out. We have an online business and financial training program that you can be onboarded to immediately today, and you can start training at your own pace. You can have access to courses to learn how to set goals, how to schedule your daily activities, how to hit your daily targets. We have programs and training videos on starting and structuring holding companies. Maybe you have a business or a couple, but it's not structured right. We have an entire program to teach you about holding companies. We big on that. Like, we're big on that because we know the holding company concept is a powerful concept to help you build wealth. We have financial literacy programs and training videos that we teach you on, creative tax strategies. We have programs on sales, marketing, financial systems, operational systems, family legacy wealth building, and we're introducing new programs almost on a regular basis to see to it that you have a comprehensive suite of training programs and lessons to show you how to actually become a 6- and 7-figure earner. We actually have a 5-step millionaire plan that you can use as a general template to walk right into 6 figures and beyond. So I want to give you access to this business and financial training program. We actually offer a 12-month payment plan. So this is a $5,000 program that I'm talking about. We discount it for $1,500, and to make it real easy so that you can actually pay to play, but pay as you go so you can grow as you pay. We offer 12 payments of $125. So for $125, you can actually get access to all of these training programs, all of these lessons, and you could begin your journey to becoming a 6-figure or maybe a 7-figure earner. This program is called the Millionaire Blueprint. It is a millionaire blueprint. It's literally what I've used to get to where I am in my life. So the success that I have, which is not internet success, it's real business success. You can see it. You can come here and visit and experience it. Just Google me. You'll find about it, okay? But this is a program that we're offering, and we could get you started today for just $125. All you have to do is text the word millionaire to 404-478-7213. And so if you text this word millionaire to this number, here's what's going to happen. We're going to reach back out to you. We'll take a few minutes just to ask you a few questions to make sure that what we have in our program perfectly fits what you're looking for. And once we are able to identify with what you want to accomplish in your personal life, in your business or ministry, or whatever it is that you're doing financially, once we're able to identify with that and then share with you how this program can benefit what you want to do, we can onboard you immediately, give you access to it, and you'll be able to start training on your own pace. This is a virtual online program. You have access to it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for an entire year. We also make sure that we provide concierge service so that if you need to call in, if you have questions, we're able to answer those questions, because we want to educate you, we want to inspire you, and we want to impact your life as a leader, as a breadwinner for your family, as a business owner and organizational executive. So feel free to text the word millionaire to 404-478-7213. You can also visit my website if you would just like to do a little more research to find out more about me and about our programs and the pricing of our programs and the benefits of our programs. All you have to do is go to RamonPreston.com. Like literally, if you go to RamonPreston.com, I'm gonna pull it up for you real quick before I go to show you how easy it is for you to find out everything you need to find out about any of our programs. We have this training program, we have coaching, we have consulting, we have a licensing program, we have programs for churches and nonprofits. So if you go to RamonPreston.com, this is the website that I'm pulling up right now. RamonPreston.com. Let me see if the internet is gonna come up. Yep. So this is a mobile version. So if you're going from a desktop, it's gonna look a little different. But if you're using a mobile device, you'll see that there's a menu up to the far right. And all of these menu links will take you to whatever the program is you're looking for. So let's say, for example, if you would like to know more about our Millionaire Blueprint that I just talked about, there it is right there. It's our Millionaire Blueprint. If you click join our program, let's see here. It's going to take you right here to our Millionaire Blueprint. Well, that's actually our mentorship program, but our Millionaire Blueprint is right here. You'll find out all the information here about what our Millionaire Blueprint is, how it works, and you literally can see all the courses that come with this program. Every course that's in this program, you can preview it course after course after course. And here's the good thing. Let's say if you clicked on one of these courses, like how to start and structure a holding company. If you clicked on that course, it's going to open the course up and it will literally show you all the modules that's in this course, exactly what you're going to learn in each of these courses. You can open each module up and literally see all the topics for what you're learning, and that you can see with any course in this program. So let's say if you clicked on the Income Ladder of Success, that's another course. We have many, many courses on here, hundreds of videos. You'll be able to open the modules and see exactly what you're going to learn on that particular topic. So you can find that at RamonPreston.com. That's RamonPreston.com, and or you could text Millionaire to 404-478-7213. So ladies and gentlemen, it's a beautiful winning Wednesday here in Buckhead. I hope it is a beautiful winning Wednesday wherever you are. If you have any questions, if you have any questions that you want to ask, all you have to do is text those questions to that number, or you can just leave those questions in the comments and we'll definitely answer those questions and get back with you. So I love y'all, appreciate all of you. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube page if you haven't already. We're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. And you know what? I don't even like using the word try. We're not trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. We're on our way to 10,000 subscribers. And so please subscribe to our YouTube page. Follow us on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. All of those platforms you can find me at Ramon Preston, at Ramon Preston. I want y'all to have an amazing day. I'll see you tomorrow right here, same place, same time on the Ramon